Hi guys, it's the Ranting Weasel again, out here on this wonderful, dreary, misty Texas morning, headed into town. And I figured I would take this opportunity to talk a little about driving. Now I know I don't drive and I walk everywhere. However, I do know how to drive, okay? 5-speed, paddle shift, automatic. If it's got an engine, chances are I'll figure out how to drive it, okay? I've lived a lot of places. Lived in Chicago, lived in St. Louis, lived in Denver, grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I've lived out in Burlington, Iowa. You know, so I've been a little bit around as far as the eastern side of the continental divide here in North America goes. And I've noticed a few things, especially down here in Texas. You know, Texans are some of the nicest people in the world until you get them behind the wheel of a car. And then they're like, fuck you, it's my road, okay? Which, you know, if I was in another 2-ton killing machine, wouldn't be a big deal. Unfortunately, my little 160-pound self can't hold up to that kind of pressure. So, my one big complaint about drivers down here in Texas, besides the fact that they haven't figured out what a turn signal's for, is they haven't figured out what the right-hand turn lane is for either. I see it all the time, especially out where I'm at out here. We're a little bit out of town, and people like to use the berm. And you're wondering what the berm is? This is the berm, where I'm walking here. See how the road's right there? That's where you're supposed to drive. And you're supposed to turn from the lane, okay? The berm is for emergency vehicles, areas so you can pull off, pedestrians, bicyclists, things of that nature, okay? Things that can't go 75 miles an hour by just putting your foot on the floor. You know? And it kills me. It kills me because they won't be paying attention. And I'll be all walking on my merry way, jamming out to my music. And all of a sudden, they're looking at me right in the middle of the radiator because they forgot that, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to turn from here, or either forgot or just didn't know that they weren't supposed to turn from the berm. You're supposed to turn from the lane. That's why at a lot of intersections they have a dedicated turn lane. You know, these construction workers make good money painting these lines on the road. So you might as well follow them, you know. And the crazy thing is even the cops do it, okay? It's not just the civilians. It's the uniformed officers of the law as well. So, please turn from the lane. For all of us pedestrians and cyclists and people who aren't in a 2-ton killing machine, we appreciate it if you let us have our little portion of the road, you know, because I pay my taxes too. And, you know, taxes go to maintaining the roads and everything else. So, I feel I should get some use out of them, even if I don't have a car or a license. Another thing I've noticed, and this is something that I have noticed everywhere I've lived. Merging. Now, the correct way to merge is what's called the zipper merge. Okay? And for our purposes, we're going to say you're on a 2-lane highway. And the right-hand lane is closed up ahead, okay? So the person in the left lane, first car in the left lane should go. Then the first car in the right lane should go. You shouldn't actually merge way the hell back, okay? Because you're actually really just tying up traffic, okay? You're supposed to go all the way up till the cones or the barrels or whatever they've got blocking off the road and directing you into the left-hand lane there. You're supposed to go all the way up there, okay? So if you're in the right-hand lane and you're coming up on construction and stuff like that, stay in your lane. Hold your lane, okay? It's actually more efficient when you do it correctly, all right? If you guys are having trouble hearing me because of the traffic, I'll probably have to re-record this, but it's okay. Anyhow, supposed to be the person in the left lane, first car in the left lane, then the first car in the right lane, then the next car in the left lane, and then the next car in the right lane, and you alternate between the two lanes, okay? That's how it's supposed to work. And if it's done correctly, you can actually, like I said, it's actually more efficient. Because you have to slow down, but nobody ever truly stops moving, okay? And I know you guys are usually in as much of a hurry as I am. Well, probably more so. Funny how having a couple hundred horses under the hood cranks up your sense of urgency, all right? Me, I'm fine just walking. My knees couldn't take running. So, just pay attention out there, guys. Another thing, right turn on red. You can turn right on red, and I've seen it 1.5 million times, where somebody's just sitting there, right-hand turn lane, right-hand blinker on, waiting for the light to change. Come on. People who miss their exits, y'all just need to get off at the next exit, okay, and circle back around. Because cutting across 3-4 lanes of traffic to get to your exit is dangerous, you know? And then you're causing all the other assholes in a hurry behind you to be late to wherever the hell they're going. All right? You just gotta take into consideration the people around you and what they're doing and what might be going on with them as well. And I know it's hard, especially in the newer cars where they're all soundproofed and all you can really barely hear the sound of your own engine. And all you really hear is the sound of your own music. But y'all just need to watch out. Take your time, man. It's not worth killing yourself, killing somebody else, going to jail, wrecking your car, losing your license. You know, speeding, I can't say anything about that because I have a lead foot, all right? I don't care if I got a dead ass 3-cylinder. I'm going to push it for all that it's worth. Well, I'm a mechanic though, or glorified parts changer, however you want to look at it. If I break it, 9 times out of 10, I know how to fix it. Most people don't know how to do that anymore. And it's getting harder the more technology they cram under the hood these days. You know? My sweet spot for working on cars is late 80s to mid 90s. You know, they got fuel injection, so you ain't got to worry about a carburetor or points or any of that nonsense. But they don't have OBD2, which it's a great system. Don't get me wrong. It is. It's nice to be able to plug in your little machine, hit the button. It tells you exactly what the hell the computer says is malfunctioning on the car. You know, sometimes you might have to do a little research, especially with you get O2 sensor codes. You got to figure out if it's the upstream O2 sensor from the catalytic converter or the downstream O2 sensor. Or, you know, figure out which cylinder it is, because depending on your car manufacturer, they number the cylinders differently. All right. Cylinder number 1 on a Chevy might be cylinder number 2 on a Ford. You know, the better you take care of your vehicle and the safer you drive, the longer it's going to last. And the longer it lasts, you know, yes, it'll depreciate. All things do. Loses half its value as soon as you drive it off the lot, right? Some of them do anyhow, most cars. But you take care of your car, drive responsibly, mostly responsibly. Well, let me take that back. Drive intelligently. And that's key there, intelligently. Because not a lot of people do. You know? And if you're in an unfamiliar area, you know, speeding probably ain't going to help you. Bad part of town or not. Best thing that's going to help you in a bad part of town is a locked door and a 9mm. But really, in all seriousness, if you just slow down, get your bearings, especially in this day with smartphones and everything, don't be afraid to pull off to a gas station. Stop. Put wherever the hell you're trying to go, or put a familiar point of reference to you. You know, if you're not a north, south, east, west type of person, you're a landmark guy, or, you know, certain street names or whatever, pop it in your GPS, take the time, slow down, enjoy life a little bit. It might just add years onto it. Anyhow, this has been the Ranting Weasel. If you liked the video, please leave me a like. Any comments, suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Believe me, I have a relatively thick skin, so if you want to speak your mind, go for it. If you really like the video so far, please give me a subscription, and that way you can get notified as soon as I put up a new video. And y'all take it easy.